if you do lock that one in.
Taking Rel into Poppy feels kind of bad, though.
I mean, I don't know. Normally I see Jhin, and it just makes me, all I see is red. You know, I'm just upset and angry. But I see Viper written underneath his face there, and I'm like, actually, this is fine. Because Viper has been so good on this champion. That's Ryze. We would be really sticking to that short range, and there it is. It's locked in. Showmaker yet another one, unless he's going to be playing Rumble, but I don't think so. That's going to be a Ryze, and so very short range, but so much DPS from this composition.
Yeah, my man has really been watching LPL. I mean, I'm pretty sure he did a shout out as well. Cause
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for the third time onto the Rift. A tied-up series as Peanut, oh dear, heroically charged into the wall. The rest of his teammates are coming out, but as you can see, means that
as we do with the lane swap being set up this time by Hanwha Life, who want to try and dodge that lane. Oh. Was it Lahens that just did this as well, this exact thing?
Peanut's just lit on fire. He's just dead, guys.
Just dead.
He's just dead. BeryL is the better jungler.
He thought that he did not have the damage to try and look for an invade on top side.
All right, let's check out the sick mechanics. As he just says, he's right here. And then he says, I got it. He cackles maniacally. And then wanders out. And that was before he did the double thumbs up.
Oh,
BeryL is just hunting.
He's dead.
Wait.
He's just dead.
Yeah, okay, maybe he is just dead, and Peanut gets...
He's still cackling!
CC'd, you've got Feather Storms. It's just a lot of, like, this is impossible. Yeah, we're just gonna get... Lucid was coming down? But yeah, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there was a Leo under there. As he was like, that's the only way that I could go.
As they should be looking to... Oh, 1 health!
All right, yeah, Peanut going to be able to grab that one as... Never mind, he's dead! Well, I mean, they still managed to get the grub, so there is that. Good. But as I unleash the understatement of the century, Aiming now looking for Viper here, and Viper just wants to get out. I just don't know whether he's going to be able to. The flash...
Even as good as the scaling on both Zeri and Ryze is, I think the execution is always going to be a bit finicky. As there we go again.
Here's another Realm Warp as they don't manage to get on top of Delight, but they don't need to because they barbecue the ground underneath him.
Peanut has Banana Brush control. No level 6 for BeryL just yet. He might be in trouble.
Captive Audience coming on in there as there's the stun. Aiming throws down the ulti as Viper, remember, no flash. Can't get out of there. BeryL is really dead, but is Delight going to die? And the answer is yes. As Lucid takes the last bullet there from the curtain call. A 1-for-1 in the end. Both of the supports now on the ground. As Shiu, 2 seconds until the equalizer is back up and available. And HLE, they know it. Oh, gee, really wants to press that button. He does so as now Viper. He is the target. Aiming doesn't skate over the wall. I think that was the game plan, but he decides not to.
Oh, they are waiting. BeryL is on his way back, as is Delight. Ultimate's not available for anyone at this point. We are Obelisk Atlas.
Yeah, HLE, they do manage to secure one of these grubs. See whether DK can collect one themselves. Deny those feats of strength as Delight looking for his way in. Gets that control ward down. Vision advantage here for HLE. And being able to stand their ground and actually win it is a good sign for the future. And so is this, as BeryL face checks yet another of these pull-up, but also Ryze, as he's flashing forward. Speaking of Ryze, BeryL's also flashing in. Zeus not going to be able to go to the skies unless with the help of BeryL, as he does slam him back into the wall. But now Zeka turns up Shiu with a better equalizer this time. BeryL goes down, but at what cost, Hanwha Life Esports? As there's the curtain call, but it's just not doing. Never mind. Oh, hold that thought as he takes down the Ryze, but it's still a 3-for-2 trade in favor of DK.
They go quickly.
And depending on who gets this dragon, they get feats of strength at the same time. So this is a big deal. Delight taking a lot of damage, but he has Eclipse. Zeus also throwing a Shock Blast into BeryL, who won't be able to start off a fight.
This is going to be a big fight here, Atlas, especially because it feels like DK have invested heavily into trying to make this work. Is there the equalizer?
Yeah, Viper was already slowed down to 50%. And Showmaker looking for an angle in. Wishes he still had that flash from earlier. But Still able to buy that space. Zekka down towards his bottom side of the map
They're
as
gonna
well.
start it up. Do they still have the tools though? Everything's available here for Hanwha Life. TP comes in, BeryL!
Yeah, it's just the equalizer that is down as they get rid of the jungler, and now they can burst this dragon. Feats of strength, soul point, but now the battle has started. Zekka going down incredibly low as both supports hit the deck. And never mind, Zekka's actually at full health as Showmaker's the one that's almost dead. And it's in fact the Aurora picking up a double in the fight.
Going to pick up a red buff and then move on up towards the other Khan as well. As you can see, HLE with full vision control of the area. Shadow Flame, like you were talking about, is going to be done as there's the curtain call. BeryL taking a lot of damage. That was a really cute attempted solar flare to catch a flash, but BeryL.
Or we split the map as
Bit of a flank angle. The Light doesn't have ulti though, remember? As Aiming is going to try and dash out of there. It does take a lot, exactly.
I don't think he has his...
He doesn't have Bloodthirst, does have a Vampiric Scepter, but...
Zekka!
Yeah, it's not going to be enough as Aiming has to flash. Going to be respecting the damage of this Aurora and also has to cleanse. The Shock Blast would have killed him as well. And so
for these long-range setups, making it so easy for the Lights to follow up. And a Showmaker! Zekka!
Oh dear, Zekka going to get flashed on here, but he does manage to get into stealth, so he's not going to get rune prisoned. As he now actually turns it to look for an engage on Dashi, who flashes out of the way. The equalizer goes down, Zekka taking a lot of damage, but down goes the Rumble. And DK, I don't think they're going to be able to get anything done. BeryL is caught out of position yet again and executed. And Showmaker, we mentioned his amount of dashes is relatively low. He's trying to take someone with him, and it does not work. HLE, they just turn on a dime and do exactly what they need to win the fight.
And that root needed to hit. Showmaker investing his flash.
Oh no, Lucid looking for the pickup. They do manage to get the first kill as Aiming is still deadly.
That's
in
one.
this fight. He takes over looking for Viper. He takes him down. It's the double as Zeus is already dead, making a triple kill as Lucid says, buddy, we got this. And Aiming gets over the wall. The extended beam not enough, and now Lucid turns up Zekka. Nowhere to go. That's the ace, and that's the DK we wanted in this series. As soon as Showmaker started doing so much of that machine gun damage, that's when they knew they had a chance to get it done. Huge shout-outs to Lucid as well, being able to distract them so much so that Aiming could get all of these free autos. But this is what we were talking about with this composition. It's so hard to lock down Aiming, and especially when he's able to go over every wall ever and has this Viego getting reset after reset. This is the crux of the composition as well. Showmaker playing Chile from the Death Chamber, but man, it's all about these huge plays for DK, and if they win this game, it's yet another one that's now got the match point as Glacial Prison comes on through. It's not over yet, but Showmaker, he breaks his arm guard, they get rid of the Aurora, and now it's the Realm Walk to start this one off as Aiming is right in amongst it. He explodes, and the Zap AoE is gigantic. The Winter's Wrath from Lucid not doing too much, but he's already stolen away the dead Sejuani, and Aiming is skating into the enemy base. I have a feeling I know where this game's going.
It ends up setting this up, and 20 more seconds on this. Yeah, DK, they're going to keep on fighting.
They certainly are, as the equalizer comes down in exactly the same spot yet again. They've managed to catch out the Aurora on the side of the play, and the rest of HLE, nothing. They can do the Realm Warp just to block off the escape, and Viper, there's nowhere he can go. Another explosion, and Aiming claims two, as now Peanut, oh, it's a bit of a drive-by there. That was very cute. 1,000 gold is going to be picked up.
It timed out!
Yeah, we're going to call that a whoopsie. We're going to call that a whoopsie. As does that? No, it won't cost them the dragon.
I don't think it should.
As now Peanut and Zeus will see whether they can actually defend here as Showmaker looking for a rune prison onto the Jason. Does manage to get it there, smashed into the wall and taken down.
Hanwha Life just kind of have to accept what's happening.
I love that we get this from Aiming's perspective.
I think he thought that he had...
It was
like, I had Otacon, didn't I?
It was legitimate.
We will see. Sorry, if DK managed to win here, we might be denied it, as Showmaker is going to get jumped on by both Peanut and Zeus and just flashes away.
Pretty cool.
As they got to walk in.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it's not looking too hot.
Showmaker has the better prison by the looks of things.
Equalizer yet again. But it looks like DK, they just keep on looking, and I like Hanwha. They're cool. They're not...
oh dear! There's a heroic charge. They managed to... Oh no! Delight able to flash away. He buys a fair bit of time. But the Keeper's Verdict comes down. And Zekka is forced out of there. Another equalizer is... I mean, it did some damage to Zekka.
Did it really?
I mean, it did... It did some. Okay, objectively, it did do some damage to Zeka. So we're just
right.
going to go with that.
You're technically correct.
Yes. She's now just going to say, well, if I can't land my ultimate, I'm going to flash on top of this Jhin. Thanks, Showmaker, who's able to finish him off there, finding all of these Qs. Lucid now just resetting his way around the fighters. Zayas cannot do it alone. 4 lying on the floor in an instant, and DK, they can decide to win the game if they'd like to, or they could go boar hunting. And that is what BeryL's going to do. He starts the game doing it. He's going to end the game doing it as well. Is the rest of DK going to march down the mid lane? I don't know whether he wins the 1v1 anymore.
Oh, he definitely doesn't, no.
But he might be able to escape. As you can see, Showmaker teleported to the mid lane, and BeryL is stopping the backs, as they say.
He watched the T1 series, and he knows that you don't want to let Peanut get to the wave.
Yeah. And Peanut was the one having fun with Goshik, if you remember, with the dancing around the dragon pit on the as the Udyr and the Nidalee. Very, very cute. He's now in another one of these stories as he's just stuck in Poppy Purgatory on the top side of the map. And that is all the while his Nexus is being destroyed. BeryL is also winning the fight once more as Chemtech Soul, ladies and gentlemen, still he's denied as the Nexus falls down. Match point for D+ Kia.